cause I know that I've been changed. Give the credit to my savior, cause my blessings in his name. They give protests, I give praise. They see struggle, I see grace. They say life gon' pass me by, but I am running at his pace, yeah. Tell me how you really feel. I know I'm not perfect, but he's working still. Never been the type to sugarcoat my ways. But everything you say bringing me tooth decay. I'm trying to get the truth today. Why you acting like this new? You know that he guides my ways, and my steps are ordered too. Read the word, you know it's true. Everything I do is blessed. Jesus on the main line, you can call him if you need to check. I must confess. They don't understand, but that's alright. Know he's got a plan for my whole life. Steps are ordered with his will, I'm in line. Can't you tell, don't you know that it's my time? Don't you know that it's my time? Don't you know that it's my time right now? Don't you know that it's my time right now? Don't you know that it's my time?
Daddy always said take the long way and save it for them toes cause you don't pay. Before you speak a word, know what you gon' say. Before you change the word, know that you gon' pray. And I did just that.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Tina's Tiny Tuesdays. Today we are going to be making Venom from the 2007 Spider-Man movie, the Spider-Man movie that everyone did not like at the time. I liked it still. I did feel like there was a lot going on. Oh my gosh, I can hear myself in the playback, and usually I don't do that, so give me a second because it's like off by a second, and I'm just like, oh gosh, this is cringe. I don't want to hear. Okay, there we go. Wait, no, I can still hear myself. What is this? Okay, that's better, I think. I don't like hearing myself talk when I don't know. I think my voice is a little annoying, I guess. I don't know. I don't like hearing it back, and so hearing it a second later than what I was already saying, it was starting to drive me crazy. Anyway, hello everyone. Like I said, it's in the title of the video. I'm going to be making Venom from the 2007 Spider-Man movie and Mr. Fantastic from the 2005 Fantastic Four movie. Eoin something. I can't think of how to say his name, or I don't think I ever knew how to say his name because it's one of those weird English names. No offense, Eoin. I think I'm saying it right. Eoin. What's his I'm just gonna look up his name real quick. Oh, Eoin Grufford. Okay. I guess just his first name is a little weird. No offense, but yeah, that's what we're gonna be working on today. Cause I started doing this yesterday, but then I got sick. I had like crazy dizzy spells, and I could not focus, and so I was like, let me, I still want to work on stuff, so let me just take my watercolors and work on bigger, and just like sort of lay down. And just work in my room, and yeah, that's what I did. Cause I was not feeling great like this past weekend. I had a terrible sinus headache, was throwing up and sleeping most of the day. As a matter of fact, on Sunday, because you guys know that I work at my church as a part of the. I'm the youth pastor, work with the children's ministry and all that. And so as soon as the pastor was done with his sermon, I went to the car and I fell asleep. I just waited for church to be over because I just felt so terrible, but I didn't want to miss church / work. And I was like, I'm still gonna go. I'm not gonna be one of those people that, miss Sunday service because they're sick. I know that's like a normal thing for other people to do, but I don't know. I'm the type of person that doesn't call off from work. Anyway, I'm rambling because this looks like a mess. Yeah, this is scary. This is scary looking right now. But that's nothing we can't fix. These are sapling. There's watercolors. Those don't belong there. Sap Green, where are you? Sap. Okay, I can't find sap. We're gonna work with what's working. Get some old Yeller. His eyes are. Look at how green that is. I don't know if they played that up for the movie or if his eyes are just. Well, you guys can't see the color slider. Let me Yeah, but look how green that is. That is so green. Yeah, I don't know if they played that up for the movie or if that's just how he looked. Looks normally. It's not like I'm zooming in on the TV when that 70s show comes on, so. Yeah, his eyes are very, very green. At least on this shot of the movie. And if you're wondering why are you doing 2007 Venom instead of 20-something Venom, you know, like I said in other streams, I'm trying to do things that are a little bit older. That things people probably wouldn't see at a convention too much. Because people like to do the newer stuff, right? People love to chase trends and make artwork of the newest heroes, newest villains, and stuff like that. And I did that for a while, and it did not make me happy. Having to pump out all those text portraits of people I really didn't care about, so to say. And I really, like, I made a couple, like, presidents and stuff like that, but I didn't want to keep making presidents and other political figures, and I don't know. And there were, like, people on the CW that I started making because I was, into those shows, and then I thought about, like, expanding into other shows that I was watching. I just emotionally and mentally just felt exhausted at the thought of it, so I was like, let me make stuff that I actually like or actually enjoy. And that's sort of why I've just been, if I do a text portrait that's not a commission, it's been one of the anime portraits. Like, there are some things that I've made that I wasn't, like, a super duper fan of. Like, I did one of Naruto. I didn't watch all of Naruto. I didn't even finish a single season of Naruto. I thought the show was way too slow. Too many flashbacks. Too many slow episodes. I've seen some really cool fight scenes from Naruto. But I wasn't a super huge fan of it, but my sister was like, it's pretty popular. You should probably make some Naruto stuff. So, I made Naruto, and I've done other things, but I'm trying to not just chase trends. I know chasing trends is what gets people... What is, as an artist, when you're making prints to sell, that is the thing that gets you more money and more customers and stuff. Dang it! Why do all these TikTok notifications go away? I don't like always chasing trends, and so instead of making the whole MCU cast or the people that are going to be in the new MCU movies, I'd rather make things that I enjoyed watching, or make things that the people, I don't know if the words find right, make art representing the things that I actually enjoyed as a child instead of just trying to chase trends and for bucks. If someone likes it, someone likes it. If someone appreciates it, they appreciate it. If they don't, they ain't gotta buy it. That's not to say I won't do a Tom Hardy Venom, but for right now, I just want to stick to some older things that made me really happy as a kid. And maybe looking back, they weren't great cinema, but it warmed my heart. I felt things. I felt emotions. Way more than what this modern stuff is trying to do and trying to elicit and stuff. It's just, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the heart of things has been lost. Because instead of trying to make a good story, the message gets in the way. Like, you can have a message in something, right? Just tell it well, and people won't even care. You can have your beliefs or whatever, but as long as, you know, you make a good story first. Don't try to push a narrative in order to make a story. Make a story. You know? I just feel like so many things are... It's either too much of a formula or it's too much of a, hey, we're trying to say this exact thing, or we're gonna say this very plainly because we don't want anyone to misunderstand or misconstrue what we possibly could be saying. It's just, it's so much spelling things out for people nowadays. I just, I don't like it. Because when I was a kid, you know, things were just things. People had messages and stuff, but it just didn't feel as forced. I'm not just saying that because I was a kid. Even if I like go back and like watch stuff, like older superhero films, there's just so much heart and character and in life in these stories. And the modern stuff, it just feels like they're trying to use a cash cow to spread a message instead of just trying to tell a story. It feels gross. It feels gross. I especially don't like when people try to take like an existing IP and they change the source material to try and fit in their narrative and their message that had nothing to do with the original IP, original source materials. Like, and then when the fandom points out that, hey, this character would never act like this, and then it's like, oh, toxic fans, yada yada yada. It's like, no, you are not writing this person, this character that we've grown up with and that we love for so long. You're writing someone completely else, something completely different, and just using the IP to push this. It's not good. It's not a good thing. And one trope that I'm really getting sick of is that, well, what if demons are just misunderstood? What if they're not really that bad? Like, I know a lot of millennials have church hurt because they had a crazy aunt that said that Pokemon was the devil or something, but come on, can we stop sympathizing with evil incarnate, please? Can we stop with all these, oh, the villain is just misunderstood. Oh, these traditional symbols of great evil and baby eaters, they're just, they're actually the good guys because the hero was secretly racist or something. It's gross, it's weird. Weird. It's like we did that with Dracula and Dracula Untold, right? They did that with Disney's The Maleficent. She's supposed to be the mistress of all evil. Cursed a baby because she wasn't invited to a dinner party. And now I've seen clips of Devil May Cry, and it's like, they're not actually demons. They're human refugees that just got stuck in the demon world. It's not actually, it has anything to do with evil. They're just from another dimension. They were just stuck there and just evolved differently. Come on. Come on. Stop it. I'm so tired of all the evil sympathizers and the morally gray villains and morally gray heroes. Where are the stories of just right and wrong? Evil guy, good guy. Good guy stops evil guy because it's a good thing to do, That's one thing that I appreciated about Topher Grace being Venom. When Toby tries to appeal to his humanity, and Topher's just like, I like being a bad guy. It makes me feel good. And then he just goes to try and stab him in the heart. Because you could already see that Eddie Brock was not a good guy throughout the film, right? You could already see that he was a tool. And I don't mean a wrench or something, I just mean a jerk. You could already see that he was a jerk throughout things in the movie. And then Peter stole his girl and photoshopped images of Spider-Man so he could, steal his money. you know, so he's already established, he's already a jerk, he's already doing bad things, and then when there's something that could just enhance that that dormant evil within him, he was just like, yeah, of course I want this. Of course I want this power. Of course I want to continue this. I wish the third Spider-Man film wasn't so busy and that Venom got more screen time, but I did appreciate the fact that Eddie Brock was just a bad guy. Like, he was a jerk that got power and then went to abuse that power. Like, it was that simple. It was that simple. And then you had Sandman, who was the sympathetic character, and then you had Harry, that was, you know, all that going on there. There was a lot going on in the movie. But I did appreciate that when it came to Venom, it was just, I want to do bad because I like doing bad. That's it. No other reason. Like, I just enjoy this. It's not the symbiote doing this. I would be doing these things without the symbiote, you know? It's like I was trying to ruin your life before Parker. I was trying to steal your money. And then you went out with my girl. And then I went to church to pray for your death. You know? It's that simple. He just had it out for him. All these stories of all these villains being so complex, having all these reasons for doing all these things. No, just genuinely make them evil. Don't make them sympathetic. Don't make them anything else. Just write stories about evil people. Just make that your bad guy. You know? And make them think that the bad thing that they're doing is the right thing to do for them. One thing that I really appreciate about the Daredevil series is that Wilson Fisk, he genuinely believes that everything that he's doing is the right thing. He does evil with a smile on his face. And that's one of the things that makes him a great and compelling villain, because he's so cold and calculating in everything that he does. And almost everything is just, I'm doing this, like I'm the bad guy. You think, I mean, he thinks he's doing it for the right reasons or whatever, but he's clearly manipulating law enforcement and criminals and drug cartels and all this stuff. He's clearly moving and doing all these things because he wants to. There's not, you know, like, yeah, they did show some things about his childhood and whatnot that made him the way that he is, but he doesn't make excuses for that. He just is evil. He just is a bad guy. I want more stories where the bad guy is just a bad guy. Not people simping for him, not people trying to make justifications for the evil, yada yada. Just, yeah, bad guy, do bad thing, and need a better man to stop him. That's all I want. That's what I want out of Marvel. That's what I want out of these popcorn action flicks that are badly written and you just turn your brain off. I just want a really bad guy to be stopped by a better man. I'm tired of all these morally gray people, yada yada. No, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I've been done with it for a very long time. I remember in high school I used to be very into the Vampire Diaries because Ian Somerhalder, you know, he's just a beautiful man. But after a couple seasons of all these people just making excuses for doing the evil things that they do and not realizing the fact that, oh, you're all just as terrible as Damon. Like, they made Damon out to be some sort of monster, and they were all self-righteous about all the other stuff that they've done. And it's just like, you all have murdered people. Every single one of you on this cast has murdered someone to get what you want. Whether they were a vampire, a werewolf, a human, a witch, like, you all are evil, terrible people. Stop treating Damon like a pariah. It's just like, you're all evil. I just, like, eventually I had to stop watching the show, so it was just like, I got so tired of their self-righteousness when they were all terrible. They were all bad people, all bad guys, and they just they singled out this one person amongst their group. They're like, no, we're not doing that, Damon, that's so bad, that's so evil, yada yada yada. I'm just like, like Caroline, you slept with the man that killed your boyfriend's mom. Like, he drowned her in a fountain, and you slept with him afterwards. Like, come on now. You all are terrible, evil people. And some humans came to town and got with some mistakes and vervain and just took you all out. They'd be doing a favor for the rest of the world. But yeah. Not saying that you can't sympathize with a villain at all, or somewhat, but all these, like, oh, they were mistreated, their psychological profile, yada yada yada. I've watched so many episodes of Criminal Minds. So many episodes of Criminal Minds. And you know what? They explain the pathology and the reason for why all those serial killers are the way that they are. But they still show them doing the horrible things. They still show them butchering women and men and children. They showed all that, and they didn't make any excuses for that. They psychologically profiled, and then they arrested people. I feel like too many people want to make excuses. For why villains are the way that they are, for why they do things that they're evil. That's as simple as you need. And sometimes people just want to do evil crap. But you have to be the better person to stand up against the evil. That's it. Those are the types of stories that I want people to go back to making. I used to love me some Vampire Diaries back in the day. It, like, was the show for me. That, like, getting out of school and... it used to come on, like, Thursday nights. Thursday nights, do my homework, wait for the Vampire Diaries to come on. Like, that was... That's what being 15 was all about, Watching your favorite TV shows after school, well, after dinner, and then, it just... all that in there, but I did want to start. Hi, Katrina. I did want to start adding in all the symbiote stuff so people can like know that this is supposed to be Eddie Brock. I think you missed my villains just need to be evil again rant. We talked about Maleficent and other things. Demons on Devil May Cry being refugees from another dimension. I really like the design of the symbiote in this Spider-Man movie, because it wasn't just like, you know, like the new ones with Venom. It's the way that it moves is okay, but I do like the way that this was like stringy and like attaching and stuff. The way it seemed more like an invasive species. Like fighting to attach itself. I saw in a comment section on a YouTube video that I was watching from this scene. You can see that it says, I screen grabbed it from the YouTube video. It says something something / full screen version. Right there, so I just yeah, I screen grabbed it. But someone said that they like that. The new ones, Venom moves like water, and then in this one it moves like a disease, I think they said? I don't know, but it's so like grabby. One weird thing about this though is it changed his teeth. Why are his teeth all weird and jagged? What's up with that? That's like the only thing about the 2007 Venom design that I'm like, it's a little weird. Like, what's up with Spider-Man movies giving people cosmetic surgery, like dental surgery? It's weird. It's like the electric eels fixed, what's his name? Fixed his gap. Fixed Electro's gap. I could not think of the actor. I can see his face clearly, but Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx. Yeah, it just completely. I don't know how electric eels shift your teeth, because yeah, I don't know how that happens. Because I've been electrocuted before. My teeth are the same. Electricity does not just close your gap. I don't know how that happens. And I wasn't like electrocuted. It was more like an electric shock than a full blown, electrocution. Yeah. A lot of weird things happened to me when I was in Kenya doing missionary work. But I'm not about to get into that right now, but yeah, just know that a lot of weird things happened to me. And it's not like anything one thing was something someone did, but just like a lot of weird coincidences. Like my dad said at the end of the trip I should have had superpowers from all the incidents that kept happening. And if I was a character in the Marvel universe, I definitely would have had some sort of powers. Been some sort of mutant or something. Oh, dang. Put some water on this pig because it's not wanting to cooperate. These nostrils are so wrong, and why are they so big? That is not his face. I think it's the bottom part. It's the bottom part that is like, what are you doing, girl? Calm down. Also, it might be over too much. That color's not right. It's more like it's more like a peach. I don't know why I said peach so forcefully. Peach. That's too much orange. I'm not gonna use that much orange on either portrait. What am I doing? That is a waste of paint. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get some pink. Mix that with this orange. Well, I got lots to use. Yeah. Let's go, Topher. Make those thin lips to cover up the gross teeth they gave you. some sienna. I don't remember. Is that umber? Is that raw umber? I think it might be raw umber. The corners. Actually, I might have to go a little darker. I'll throw some magenta. That's a little better, yeah. That's like the inside of his mouth. You got like the gross yellow villain teeth. I really don't get why they got rid of Jamie Foxx's gap in. Do they not just want to have to make sure that the teeth were like that in every single frame? Because why not just give Jamie Foxx different teeth to begin with, you know? Why have that thing with the electric eels closing his gap, you know? It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like either they didn't want to animate the gap in every frame that Electro was there. Like I cannot fathom another reason why they would write in that his gap would close after being electrocuted. I mean, the way he got his powers was already flimsy, but I don't get why. Why that caused that to happen. Because in order for a gap to fully close, you have to your teeth have to be pushed together, right? But also that skin that's in between there, that has to be cut too. So it's not just like a thing of like, oh, the eels caused some sort of regeneration which made the teeth shift, because, okay, that doesn't make sense because they would have to cut the skin. And I know I'm talking about a man that basically became an electric being because of electric eels biting him. However, this dental thing is really bothering me. In Topher's case, I get that, you know, Venom has the classic, you know, like all sharp teeth things, so them giving him these gross prosthetic teeth, you know, is just a sign of, you know, it changing him, not just the suit, but maybe also, you know, his actual body or something. It you know, Venom got scary teeth, give Topher scary teeth. Okay? Gosh, his eyes are quite jarring right now. Oh gosh, I should add like a pupil or something, just so it's not, you know? I mean, he is staring at Peter like that, like, you're about to die. Gosh, it's creepy. And he did kind of go across a little bit in this scene. I mean, maybe it's not so much cross out, it's just like I don't know, there's something in his eyelids that's just a little. Oh, I completely forgot about the. How did I mess that up? You know? Because they're supposed to be. This is supposed to be more over this. It's supposed to be pulling on his eyebrow. That's why his eyebrow is up to Timbuk too. Goodness gracious, Tina, how did I screw that up? I feel like the eyes aren't quite right, and like the noses. I feel like. Oh yeah, that's totally Venom. Topher versus Venom. And then I move the finger away, and it's like, oh, that's awful. What is wrong with his face? But you know, it's. I already know it's completely off and weird looking, but it's time to check our work. Email, show the attachment. Show the. I hate when my phone does that. It just refuses to attach the photo that I totally attached. I just have like an email chain of me emailing myself, and there's definitely supposed to be an attachment there, and it's just like a blank email because it did not attach right or something. Okay, let's try this. Let's see how bad we did. It's loading. Turn off this brightness contrast layer, because that is... Oh no, don't transform place document. This is going so slow. I apologize for my computer. Losing its mind. Yeah, this is... This is why we check our work, everybody. This is so slow. Okay. I need bigger than that. Okay. It's roughly in the right spot. This is okay. I should not have used so many yellow undertones. I mean, I know there are yellow undertones in the original image, but it's making him look kind of jaundiced around the mouth. My computer's going so slow. It's going so slow. Guess we're just gonna vibe. I just need to see if the nostrils are in the right spot, and that'll give me more confidence. Like, I'm gonna change the color right there, because orange is, well, yellow is not. I can't see what the correct color is at the moment, but it's still doing the pinwheel thing. It's still thinking about it. Okay. done thinking? Okay, let's just do the opacity at like 35%, just so I can. Okay. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, so I was right about the nose being wrong. Also, I thought I made him too pale. Yeah, I made him a little too pale. I need to bring some pink back into his skin. So, nose. Let's just compare nostrils. Okay, oh gosh, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Okay, so the nose is this. That's where his. That's okay. It needs to move over significantly. Significant cosmetic surgery right now, guys. The left nostril, though, it's not, like, it needs to be moved over more, right? The closer I get, the more of a nightmare this is. Okay, so this eyeball, this iris and stuff needs to be shifted over a little bit. This whole eye needs to move upwards. Okay, not that big a deal. Okay, maybe. Okay, this nostril needs to be moved over to the left. Thankfully, these are all minor things that can. The mouth, the whole mouth is lower than it should be. Look at this. She's going so slow. Okay. So this is where the mouth is, right? I'm gonna add a line. Real quick. Okay. So that's where the top of his lip should be, right? Right? To be fair, my initial sketch was, like, I knew it was off when I was making it. I just did not feel good yesterday, and I was like, I need to do work. I need to get work done. That's my toxic trait. My toxic trait is wanting to work when I should rest. Sorry to this man. if your initial sketch is bad, then your painting layers are gonna be bad. I just didn't care yesterday. I was like, I'm not gonna do this on camera. It'll be fine. It'll be fine if I mess up and waste my own time. It's not like I have viewers watching me. 24 hours later. Let me see it. Okay. Okay. I didn't get much sleep last night, guys. I did not get much sleep last night. This looks so much better already, and I erased his nose. I erased his nose and he looks so much more like himself. I have this problem where I just want to give people wider noses all the time. I don't know. It's a constant thing. My sister Katrina, she said sometimes when she's watching my stream, she's like, why she keep making them black? That's a white man. Why she keep giving them black features? I don't know what it is. My brain is just like always wide nose. Like that's where my brain goes every single time. Every single time. And 60% of the time I'm drawing a Caucasian person. With paper thin lips and barely any nostrils, and I'm just making their nose a whole 5 centimeters wider than it should be. This still doesn't look like him yet, but this is so much better. Let's put it back in this one. Okay. Okay. Whew. Let me fix this one. Let me fix this one. Okay. I'm just making this eyelid smaller. Just making that whole part. This line's not supposed to be here. Can't believe I did that. I'm gonna like layer this up if I want to get rid of it. Okay, let's move these lips. If you can't have fun doing shit. This should just be titled Tina laughs at her own artwork. It's gonna look great when this is finished though, guys. It's gonna look so good. It's gonna look so good. It's gonna be amazing. The best fan portrait of Topher Grace that has ever existed, you know? The fan portrait of Topher Grace is Venom. There might be like some cool 70s short that I don't know about. I read an interview the other day from, I don't know when it was published, but Topher Grace is like, yeah, I don't really know how I got the role or why, but you know, I was glad to bring this character to life. I don't understand why he casted me. It's just like, fair, that's fair. I think he did a good job, though. Like I said before, I wish he would have had more screen time where the story with him was more developed, but with what screen time he had and what they did, I did enjoy. Seeing him gonna prepare the eyes while I'm looking drawing all of it. Try not. I can do this. I'm a professional. I'm a professional. Okay. I can do this, guys. I can look at my work without bursting into fits of laughter. I can do this. I can totally do this. I don't have any confidence in myself. I can't even. I can't. Okay, so it was. I had like. Yeah, I had a line. It's obviously above the line. Okay. Is that the eyebrows off? Yes. Eyebrows too low. Okay. Again, I should not sketch faces when dizzy. I should not try to do important sketching things, foundational things with bases when I don't know which way is up. I felt terrible yesterday. I feel great today, obviously. Obviously, I'm having a grand old time. You guys are just letting me yap. I do appreciate you guys watching, whether you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube. I appreciate you guys that are lurking in the chat. I know people have come and people have gone, and the numbers always fluctuate. That's fine though. I do appreciate you guys, whether you're here for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, or the whole time. I do appreciate you taking time out of your life to listen to me yap and watch me paint things. Because today has definitely been a yap fest. But you know, that's A-okay. Sometimes you just gotta yap. I did just have a lot of coffee after being sleep deprived, so that could be part of the reason for the yapification of today's stream. But I don't know. You know when you're feeling terrible, and then you have like a day when you're just like not in pain or like not sick, you're just like the birds are singing, the sun is shining. Life has meaning once again because my sinuses are finally in check. Anyone else have days like that? Cause like when I stop throwing up, it just have like can like stand upright, bro. When I can breathe out of both nostrils, bro, I feel unstoppable. It's dumb, but it's so true. It's so true. I was a little winded and possibly dehydrated today going up the stairs, yes, but not dizzy or throwing up, so unstoppable. have been done with this by now, but you know, skill issue. The skill issue being my own. It goes up. Like this. It's not okay. It's not as long as I had it before. You know? So about right there, I think is comfortable. Yeah, right there, because it like his mouth stops right where that. No, millet. So I think it was more so. Okay, let's bring this up a little bit. Because the bottom lip, it was. I mean, it needed to be moved over to the left, but I feel like. Okay, the curve of it wasn't right, but like that part, you know, it wasn't super duper raw. It just needed to be to the left. Moved over a little bit. slowly starting to look more like Topher. I mean, there are things about it that I definitely could adjust, and for now his nose is too flat. Like, there is like some characters and stuff in his nose. It does have like some body. It's not just like super flat. One thing that kind of bothered me about the Spider-Man series is the inconsistency of the power of Green Goblin's pumpkin bombs. Because, you know, when he bombed... Okay, so he bombed the facility, right? That all, like, the stuff was at. The glider and whatnot. You know, that's fine. Whatever. And then, during the parade, when he bombs, like, the people on the board, like, they're incinerated. You can see their skeletons, man. Like, all their flesh is just, like, completely melted off. When he's, like, fighting Spider-Man and stuff, like, the bombs just seem so much weaker. Even, like, Harry being able to... Like, Peter with the symbiote influence threw a pumpkin bomb right back at Harry. And all Harry got was, like, some burns. And that's it? That is one thing that, you know, it's like, I don't buy that about the Spider-Man series. It's like there were pumpkin bombs that went off in, like, Peter's face or whatever. Okay, you know, Peter heals faster, spider powers, yada yada yada, enhanced healing, yada yada yada. I mean, to agree, Norman and Harry a little bit enhanced because of the serum, right? But not to the extent that Peter was, you know? So I don't know. Pumpkin bombs have a different strength. It's like, okay, at one point, like, Harry was just like, not Harry, Norman was trying to convince Peter to join him and stuff. So if he had, like, weaker bombs as, like, a distraction or something like that, I get that, right. Harry, on the other hand, you know, he's not a scientist. He's, you know, whatever. So he's using his father's stuff and whatnot. But Harry genuinely thinks Peter killed his father in cold blood. for some reason, right? For some strange reason, Peter killed his father. And he's out for what? He's out for revenge. He wants to do all these terrible things to him, steal MJ, you know, take him out physically and all this other stuff. It's not just hey, I want to hurt you. It's, oh no, I'm out for blood. I want to kill you. So him using weaker bombs doesn't make sense because he genuinely wanted Peter bomb. I mean, it's sort of him. It's sort of there. I don't want to keep obsessing about it, at least not right now. Because I did want to start on Eowyn. I feel like he doesn't look enough like him though. Like, this looks like a different white man. Did I not move this nostril over enough? Because the nose still feels very wrong. I saw it like before. I got jump scared. I might just... I'm gonna compare it and see what needs to be adjusted and then maybe just do that after stream. Oh my gosh. He looks so terrible and goofy before. I'm gonna compare it. Maybe I make his eyes too small. Maybe. I don't know. It just feels off. It feels weird. Like it looks like someone cosplaying him, but it doesn't look like him. My computer's being slow about that. I will. Gosh, what's the photo look like? What's the background? I think it's just gray. I think it's like a cool gray, so I'm just gonna. It's gonna take a minute for that to that image to sit in its space. Okay. That's the wrong one, Tina. This one. Again, it's gonna take a minute. I'm gonna dry this while that's thinking. Okay, I don't know what happened, but somehow the layer got deleted. I might have moved his left eye up too high. And I don't know, maybe, hold on, let me scale this down a little bit, because I feel like it's slightly too big compared to how the other layers were. See, the ear was too big on the other one too. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one to the side for a minute. I mean, there are things obviously about it that need to change. Like the nose isn't quite right and stuff, but I don't know. It might just be something that I need to put away for a minute or two, or 40, and then come back to it. Right now, I'm just gonna scoot that right there and start sketching out Mr. Fantastic. Katrina said I see you were doing Angie's Great Love. I don't know why Mr. Fantastic had such a hold on her. But yes, I am sketching out Eon right now because Topher was giving me issues, and it looks like I'm not even paying attention to my own lines because this ear is supposed to be way up here. Yeah, what am I doing? Using feels instead of guidelines to sketch. It's not gonna end well. Not gonna end well at all. his nose ends like right there. Enhance. Again. Enhance. Enhance. Don't you just love how, like on CSI and stuff, when they were like, enhance, enhance, the picture never gets more blurry and it only gets more clear. It's like, ah, yes. That's how pictures work. The closer you get, the more pixels there are. And the clearer they are. Yes. Because if you zoom in on a 720 image, it'll be 4K. That's how pictures work. You will not lose any quality if you simply zoom it more. Actually, zooming in this much is not good for me when I sketch because I can already tell that I'm making his nose way too big. The curse of the wide nose. It strikes again. It strikes again. Yeah, I don't know how far I actually will get into this on stream. Okay, the dead center line is right there, about the dead center mark, and everything else is below that. His eyebrows. This brow, it does come up. And it does hit that line. This brow, however, stays below the line. Still don't feel like I quite have his nose right, but I'm just gonna. You know, the last thing I seen him in was that movie with The Rock when there was an earthquake in Los Angeles. And he was like the boyfriend or like the stepfather to The Rock's daughter, and he was fighting to survive by himself. I don't know what it is with like disaster movies and stepfathers, but they always kill off stepfathers. And I don't know what it is about disaster movies and broken families, but if there's a stepfather, the stepfather is definitely going to die. Like, what was that movie?
Okay, so you had a movie with The Rock, I can't think of it. It's like San Andreas, maybe?
I think that's maybe what it's called. So you had San Andreas. Then you had, the movie with the moon. Where the moon was starting to crash into the earth, and so it was making gravity all wonky and causing, like, extinction level things to happen. And the moon wasn't actually the moon was like some sort of like spacecraft that aliens had built. But the aliens were humans, and so humans like were thriving on another planet at some point, but like AI, I think we built the AI or aliens built the AI, I'm not exactly sure. It started like wiping out the people on the spaceship thing, and they couldn't let it reach Earth because then it would wipe out all humanity, but all humanity was about to be wiped out anyway because the moon was going to destroy it. But if they destroyed the moon, then, you know, gravity was going to keep getting wonky, so it's just like, either way, the Earth is going to die. But there was a stepfather in that, and he died. And then there's that movie with John Cusack, where it was also a disaster movie, and there was a stepfather, and that stepfather died. Yeah, if you're a stepfather in a natural disaster, just, I guess, expect death. That's the only thing. You're not getting rescued. You're gonna have to sacrifice yourself at some point for your new family to prove that you truly belong, but you're going to die in the process. That's what movies have taught me about stepfathers. You're going to prove your worth and then immediately die so that the biological father can reconnect with his wife. Thank you for your sacrifice. And maybe, just maybe, the family will also find out about some secret shady business dealings. So it'll be okay that the stepfather is dying, because he was actually kind of a tool. You know, that's what movies have taught me about stepfathers. At least disaster movies. They need to prove their worth. They might be shady, but either way, they're going to sacrifice themselves for their new wife and stepdaughter/stepson. And yeah, they're not gonna make it to safety. And sometimes they're not even really gonna be sad when he dies. It's just gonna be like a statement of fact, like that Moon movie. It had Halle Berry in it, and I can't think of the name of any other actor or actress in the movie. But Halle Berry was in it. And the moon was falling. Was it called Moonfall? It might have been called Moonfall. It was called Moonfall. In 2022, humanity will face the dark side of the moon. Moonfall. Patrick Wilson. Okay, he was in there. Who played the stepfather? I can't think of his name. Michael Pena. Okay, yeah. You know, from all the Marvel movies, the Ant-Man movies, where he explains the plot really quickly. Moonfall. What a movie. Truly one of the most movies that have ever happened. Oh gosh, I loved watching that with my mom though, because it was just like, what is happening? Anytime I watch like a really bad or cheesy film now, I'm just like, Mom would have loved this. Unironically. I could not take her word for movies because she'd be like, oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm just like, ma'am. Is it really? Is it good or is it fun? And 90% of the time it was just fun. It wasn't actually good. Man, I love watching movies with her. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I'm gonna cry. I feel like this is his face, you know, to a certain extent. I feel like he doesn't have enough face. If that makes sense. Like I didn't prepare enough space for his face. Okay, where's this ear? This ear is so, it's like in the middle of, it's so high up. And he's got some long ears, dude. He's got some long ears. Need to see. How big is this? Okay, let me image. Edit. No, image. Canvas size. How big is this? Why is there so many lines if it's supposed to be 6 inches? What are the rulers? I feel like it's not, these numbers on the side don't make sense. I don't really, yeah, you guys can see them. But those numbers don't make sense for... Change ruler to inches. Okay, edit. References. Yeah, I was in the right spot. Preferences. Oh, units and rulers. Ha ha ha. It's inches. Something's weird going on because even when I tell rulers to go away, they're still. Okay, first of all, let's lock you so you don't move around. My bad. Riveting stuff right here. This is the great portrait things right here. If I set it to that, it would be different. I don't know. It's like there's some weird numbers there that are just always there. You see that? I don't know what that's about. I might have to restart Photoshop. Spoilers. Anyway, this is sort of halfway. More chill. Yeah, more. Yeah. Because I feel like. These lines don't make any sense on the side. These numbers, rather. Whatever. But, the jaw, it. I'm gonna mash this up. I know it's not right. I just want to see what's wrong. Tina logic. This is such a basic sketch. I want to see how far off it is. Because I feel like I don't have enough face on the sides. You know, there's not enough skin here, and I just wanted to know that I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you don't care. And there's always like there's always a line I forget in between that and the. What is the name of that song? Is it a different side of me? I don't know who it's by.
It's Unwell.
It's the name of the song Unwell? Okay.
I have two faces that I have to fix off screen. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time, everybody.
I love your enthusiasm, Katrina. Technically, is there a wrong way to draw Mr. Fantastic? He's a stretchy guy after all. I mean, if you're trying to make him look like Eowyn Grufford, then yeah, there's a wrong way to draw him, but I like the moral support. I appreciate that, big sis. Well, this is quite the surprise. But I think we're gonna work on this off stream. So thank you to everybody that was watching today, whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. I appreciate you. I do have a lot of work to do on these faces. Again, probably off camera because I did hit the 2-hour mark, and so I'll catch you guys later. Thanks again for watching. I will be live on Thursday, regular time.